Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper. I'm happy you're here today for another Throwback Thursday, and today's Throwback Thursday is about an author that I haven't read for a long time, but I've always really enjoyed, and her name is Brunonia Barry. Now, as far as I can tell, she's written maybe 4 novels, but I can only really find out a lot about 3 of them. 2 I've read, 1 I haven't. So let's talk a little bit about her and see what you think. So the first novel by Brunonia Barry that I read is The Lace Reader. It came out several years ago, and it's a delightful little character story about a woman named Towner who's grown up in a Salem community, and all of the women in her family read lace, like people read cards, tarot cards, or crystals, or palms. They're lace readers. And the last time Towner read lace, her sister died, and so she's never done it again. But she's called back to her little community because her Aunt Ava is missing, disappears suddenly, and she's trying to help her family find out what happened to her. And there's some information that's maybe not true, and there's a detective trying to find out what happened to the aunt, and it kind of ties together with past events, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I gave it 4 stars. I highly recommended it to people for a long time. Another novel I enjoyed by Brunonia Barry is The Map of True Places. This is a story of a young woman named Z. She also grows up, I think all of Brunonia Barry's novels are set in the Salem, Massachusetts area. She grows up in Salem without a mother, and she's kind of famous for stealing boats and taking off on her own through the water and just being alone and in the boat. And as she grows up, she becomes a psychotherapist, and she's doing pretty well, and she's moved away, and suddenly she has a patient who commits suicide. And so she goes to the funeral and then decides to spend some time visiting her dad, and discovers that her dad is worse off than she knew. He has Parkinson's, and she realizes that there's a lot that she needs to come to terms with, both her father's health, the loss of having a mother or not having a mother, the incredible decisions she's making, whether to get married or not to get married. And she kind of has this sort of time where she really has to get grounded and centered in what's really true for her and what she really wants. I also gave this one 4 stars. I like Brunonia Barry's writing style, good character development, nice story arcs. They carry you through. They're not fast-paced, but they're not really slow burns either. They're kind of mid-level, I would say. And then The Fifth Petal, which is one I want to read, and I'm going to put on I did just recently put on my to-read list, is a story that maybe is a little bit more intense. We'll see when I read it. It's about a story about a boy who dies on Halloween night. He's killed on Halloween night, and there's a connection to another murder that happened in Salem, a murder of some witches, and the cases are called the Goddess Murders, and they all happened on Halloween night, and they never got solved. And so I guess this brings all of that back up again. It's very similar. So it sounds more like a mystery detective procedural kind of thing, although there is some of that in The Lace Reader too. But I would like to find that. I'm going to search for that next time I'm ready to do another book haul. It won't be for a while because I have plenty to read for the moment. But I do like Brunonia Barry. I do recommend her. I think she's gifted, and she's great at crafting not only a story, but a very well-developed character, a well-developed plot. I hope you enjoy this. If you've read Brunonia Barry, please tell me about what you thought and which ones of hers were your favorites. I hope you'll take a look. Thanks for watching. Bye.